I saw a quote today about how neurodivergent people go to bed super, super late because it's the only time they have left to themselves after surviving yet another day. And that really speaks to me. Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to the last live stream of 2025. The live stream known as the Bevies, Blades, and Bushcraft live stream. I got some bevies. I got some blades. And we might talk about some bushcrafty stuff. What we're going to be doing today. Oh, question. Let me turn off the Wi-Fi because I think I'm buffering badly here. Is that better? We shall see. We shall see. Because upstairs they're watching something on the TV. How bad is the buffering? That looks terrible. Excuse me. I guess we're just gonna hope for the best here, and you know. Sean Alaska says I wasn't buffering at all on his end. Okay, that's good to know. It might just be my own signal then. I've been having signal problems like you guys wouldn't believe. Let me get back to introing the live stream here, okay? Because clearly you can hear me. Clearly not everyone's getting buffering. So you know what? Take two. Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to the last Bevies, Blades, and Bushcraft live stream of the year. We're going to do a little bit of a... there we go. We're going to do a little bit of a year roundup. Maybe talk about what everyone got for Christmas. You know, why not? If you want to, you can mention in the side chat your favorite gifts or whatevs. Maybe we can talk about what people might have as bushcraft or camping or off-grading or homesteading plans for 2026. I don't put any stock at all in resolutions. I don't do resolutions. As you guys know, I think that New Year's is a BS holiday. I don't think it's real. I think it's arbitrary. And in fact, first of the year used to be March 1st until the Romans were getting their arses kicked in, I believe, Spain. And they needed to create two new proconsul positions, I think it was. And you can only do that at the beginning of the year. So instead of changing that rule, they decided to change the first of the year from March 1st to January 1st. Because for all the logic of the Roman Empire and Republic, everyone has a hiccup sometimes, right? So to me, New Year's is garbage. It's just an excuse to have a huge party and get sloshed and then feel terrible on the 1st of January. But, you know, I get dragged to a party every year no matter what. Anyway. So if you're listening to this time shifted to sometime in 2026 or whatever, thank you for hanging with us after the fact, even though you cannot participate in this chat. It warms the cockles of my heart to know that you're watching, you're commenting in the doobly-doo down below, or not, but that you are interacting in some way and enjoying the content. Both my sterling delivery and, you know, the coolness happening in the side chat. So yeah, I'm going to take a sip of tea because it's a good drink. And then let's talk about what the 10 o'clock whiskey is going to be. I have 1 dram left in my holiday malt. I was thinking, come on, fool. Is it too bright? Is it too damn bright? I have 1 dram left in there. What I'm thinking I should probably save for New Year's Eve because that's kind of the end of the holiday, but I haven't decided yet. I got some cool gifts. One of which is this surprisingly good bottle. This is from an Instagram buddy of mine, a whiskey Instagram buddy, Paul, who has terrific taste, and gave me that and this. I opened the Scarabus because why not? Who's getting an ad? I'm getting an ad. I'm getting an ad. You know what? So or I need to bottle this baby down. This spice tree. Would you please just focus? You know, I got that light turned down as low as I can without it just going off completely. It's a very affordable light. It was like $110. So I don't know. What should I drink? Should I at 10 o'clock? You know what? Let's make it a poll. I'm gonna create a poll. I'm gonna pop out the chat so that I can see what everyone's saying without scrolling too much. Because every time I look away from the screen, like I'm doing right now, it's unprofessional. And then I'm going to create a poll. The poll is start a poll. 2 nights, 10 o'clock. Dram should be yes, no. Scarabus Xmas gift. It's really good, guys. It's I'm sure it's a Port Charlotte. Spice tree and add option. What did I say the other one was? Lechig 13. Single malts of Scotland. I'll leave that open till, I don't know, whatever. I mean, it's a 10 o'clock dram, right? So I can leave it open for like a half hour or something. I don't know, whatever. Also, my fiddler went to the UK and brought me back this Spruce on the Loose by the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, which I don't know when I'm going to open, but I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I'm looking forward to opening this. I just don't know when it's going to be. I did not renew my society membership this year because it was like $129 per year for the right to buy their bottles, but I didn't buy it M1 last year. And as I've told you guys, I must underspend for this entire year. So that was a no-brainer for sure. Easiest choice possible. So I closed that and I quit Apple TV. So we will do a 2025 sort of recap, but first I want to see who's kicking with us and say hi to everybody. God, I do that every time. It's a tick. It's got to be a tick. I mean, I do tick. Believe me. First in the door was Canadian at 7:24, saying hi, and the usual camping axe knife campfire. It's really cold tonight, but I would love to be sitting next to a campfire. Now, here's the thing. We're gonna spend a couple of days at a cabin in early January, which has a fire pit and means I will probably be sitting next to a campfire for a night or two. Looking forward to that. Maybe I shoot some vid while I'm out there. Yes, Canadian was the first one in, and the first of these things. I hope everyone else has done the God's good works and dropped me a smiley thumb. How many people are kicking with us? 19 and 10 thumbs up. Now, Russell's not live streaming yet, is he? Because is he doing his 24-hour New Year's stream this year? I think he is. Okay, I just got an. Oh no, that's mine. That's my live stream. Okay, So somebody tell me if he's starting tonight or tomorrow. Good old T. Who else is in? Mr. Peanut Trucker, how you doing tonight, Chris? Where are you tonight, by the way? And then we got David the Instigator popping. Mr. David, how you doing? I know where you are tonight. How's the weather all the way down there? I'm gonna scroll back to the K. Chris is in Ebro, Florida. I saw that campfire picture earlier, Mister. Little envious. Canadian says it's freaking cold. It is cold here too. Excuse me for 1 second. I have to. Whew. All is well here, people. And we got Mr. Omi in the house. How are you doing, Mr. Omi? Mr. Omi last time had a whole bunch of cool new things, including, remember we talked about that that Fjallraven Fjallraven backpack. I would really love a Fjallraven backpack. There we go. Watch on. We have Mr. Tenenbaum in. And good to see you. How's the weather all the way over there? Oh, I realize I have not been sorry. Chris the Peanut Trucker is a channel mod. David the Instigator is a channel mod and a channel hero. Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm not Mr. Tenenbaum is a channel mod and a channel hero. We got a bunch of mods and they're all good ones. So everybody just behave yourselves. Just behave yourselves. So no Roadhammer gets dropped on you. No Swedish Thor's hammer gets dropped on you. No David the Instigator instigation hammer gets dropped on you. I'm running out of kinds of hammers, so I hope we don't have too many more mods popping in tonight. Beto is, I'm sure, a whole lot warmer than we are, and he says what I am feeling in my heart by 2025. What a shite year. What a shite year. We got Mr. Marcus, who is a channel hero, saying hi to Beto and to us and to me and happy Tuesday and all that good stuff. Am I caught up yet? No. Are you kidding me? This guy here of the changing of the names popped in with this little hey there at 9:02, and we're at 9:18. So I'm just going to skip past all the hellos. I just wanting to make sure that I'm saying. Oh, by the way, Bluegrass Bigfoot, like is a channel hero. Okay. Wait. Birds? Oh, birds. I get it. Wow. Yes. Destiny popping in. Saying hi to all the crew. Hey, Paul's here. How you doing? I was just talking about those whiskeys that you gave me. Actually, if I'm looking at the time that you were here, you know. So that Scarabus is some good stuff. I think, by the way, it's a Port Charlotte. Did I just glitch on the name? I'm not going to run and get my bottle, but that's what I think it is. It was either going to be that or a Kalila. What do you think it is? Yeah, I see Destiny saying hi to me. Destiny, we haven't had a quotable quote in a while. Sean says I wasn't buffering. It's weird because I'm still buffering on my end. I think I may just have to change my internet company or some damn thing because No buffering for Destiny either. Interesting. Man, Paul knows how to how to just do a whole roundup in one go. I like it. And he just keeps on going. Excuse me. Chris got a cell phone gimbal. Nice. I have one somewhere. I have one somewhere for when I was doing more sort of vloggy stuff, but I didn't like the ones I got. What did you get? Because I just kept buying sort of affordable ones, and none of them ever really worked. And you gave Jennifer a 360 camera. That's cool. Nice techie stuff. Dave is a man after my own heart. His New Year's resolution is to not make any resolutions. For Christmas, Destiny got some great charcuterie items. Deep fried cheese curds were the best, though. Yeah. Okay. So Paul says yes. I loved it. I think it's terrific. I'd never even seen it before. I had never seen it, so I was. If I open the moose bottle, you will open one too. Oh. Okay. Let's do that then. I'm closing I'm closing the poll. We'll do that. I will bring the moose bottle up from wherever the hell I put it. The hell did I put that damn bottle? Tap tap. All right. Canadian cone whiskey. Think that's going to be an Alberta premium? Welcome to the wonderful Word of That Boutique Whiskey Company, award-winning independent bottle of whiskeys from around the world, globe. One of our core offerings, consistently available, everyday dram, blah, 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 from Canada, fruity pastry, maple syrup. No. Stop. I was starting to get, what I was looking for was, is this from Alberta? Is this from Alberta? Because I believe that Alberta Premium does not only do rye, right? I think they have something a little more bourbon-y. Fred Tantabaran. Yes, yeah. I went out earlier and windy, man. Windy. I was like, you know what? I don't like it out here. I'm going back inside. We got Zach Fudge in the house. All hail the ale. Oh, until come finally delivered a package they were supposed to deliver on the 1st. Love that. Love it when that happens. One of Cody's gifts came 5 days late, too. I love it. Yeah, you think Russ starts tomorrow at 10. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. Yeah. Yeah. Zach, are you still playing Fallout 76? We need an all hail the ale live. Such an iconic phrase. Yeah, I think and that's Zach's phrase. I'm not going to take credit for it, but it's a fabulous phrase. I should have had a beer before 10 tonight. Oh well, whatever. Whatevs. Whatevs. Where is Country Boy? I don't know. I was just speaking to him yesterday. Zach says this last month has gone so fast. So I've been on vacay since the 18th. I thought I was going to get a couple of relaxing days in, but I've just been running like a fart in a windstorm the entire way through. Run up to Christmas and getting stuff, and then pulling together a last minute emergency Christmas supper because of an accident and hospitalizations at my sister's place. Because OGs know that we do a réveillon in Oka on the 24th and then boot it to my sister's place in Point Claire for 4:30-ish to start a Christmas supper there. Usually every year for the past 2 decades. Easy, 23 years. one of their kids hurt herself, so there was hospitalizations, and my sister was just like, I can't handle it. So I said, okay. Called my mom, said, we'll do Christmas supper here. After the missus made sure that there was a grocery store out in Oka that was open. Like in Montreal, there was nothing, man. But out in the sticks, they're open. Not everything, but like the smaller sort of a convenience store is open, a small grocery store is open. So we sort of pulled together. We had a chicken, we had a turkey that was frozen, but 4 hour or day long thaw. Forget it. Chicken supper. So that was a bit of a rush. And then it was prep for Clem's birthday, which we were holding on the 27th instead of the 28th. Then a bit of cleanup, and here we are. I'm hoping that maybe tomorrow will be a relaxing day. I do not know what that is outside. So yeah, time has really gone fast for me as well, Mr. Fudge. No, you're not invisible. And beautifully on this channel, your comments show up. I have got to figure that out. Right, I figured out why, but I couldn't fix it using my phone. And I haven't been on my whiskey channel on my computer since then. But you are not invisible. David cannot wait to see 2025 in the rearview mirror. We're in a bad car crash and Pam broke her elbow. Bad year. I hope never to repeat. That is true. I currently have 2 friends with stage 4 cancer, both of which I found out this year, and I have another one with, thankfully, non-stage 4 cancer. And I think that is not just there with none of the rest of this stuff. Okay, just there, and being diagnosed with a gimpy brain in back in May. With those 3 things, the year's shite. No matter what else, no matter what icing you can sprinkle on the top, no matter what cherry you can drop on top, this year is still a shit sandwich just because of those 3 things. Although I guess my diagnosis is a good thing because I finally understand certain things, and I will have a better life once I've spent all this money and effort. So okay, but still, stage 4 is heartbreaking, and 2 at the same time is devastating. Zach, Maria might give legal trouble over that. It's his phrase. Been boring for 7 years. Is Al Murray the pub landlord guy? Do you know who I'm talking about, Zach? Is Al Murray the guy who's like the pub landlord? Oh, you think maybe I haven't? I don't think it's like. I don't get a Lagavulin vibe off it. But the Bunnahabhain, yeah, that's what I think. I think it's a Bunnahabhain. Bunnahabhain? No, I don't. Because Port Charlotte's it's a Bruichladdich. Bunnahabhain. I've only had one Bunnahabhain, so I don't know enough about it to make that distinction. But I would love a cask strength Lagavulin that's non-chill filtered and not caramel colored, because I really do think that even the pedestrian juice that the Lagavulin 16 is very damn good stuff. It's an Insta 360. Never even heard of it, but I will look it up. I do think it is from Alberta, but not sure from who. It just seems like Alberta Premium is the only is the only outfit that's big enough to do something like this, because this is not limited, right? I think this is a core release for them, isn't it? for the Boutique Whiskey Company. So this is aged 8 years. Sherry cask. Now, is this finished in a sherry cask or is it aged in a sherry cask? Does it say? I'm trying not to read the tasting notes. Oh, it's got a scan me QR code. Maybe I'll do that later when I'm not. Zach, not anymore. Most recent free DLC drop, broken the anniversary edition of Fallout 4, got completely shagged on launch by the devs. Bethesda's on my no playlist. Yeah, when they did the what was it, the Fallout 4 special edition or enhanced edition or remastered or whatever, I really feel that they nuked the game, and I haven't played it since. I used to really like that game, but too many problems. But my buddy Robin, look, 76 is on sale for like $6 on Steam right now. So my buddy Robin picked it up. I was thinking, like, for that money, why not try it? But if you're not playing it anymore, I was gonna say, we'll follow you around and you can keep us from dying. Yeah, okay, so I've seen that guy live uh, ages ago, like a long freaking time ago. A guy who I knew from some online journaling site, I don't remember what, um, was in Canada to cover the Just for Laughs and had 2 tickets. He said, "You want to come, mate?" And I said, "Sure." I thought it was a freaking funny show. I mean, that guy was rude, but I thought he was very funny. Peated Buna, yeah. I have a Buna in the back there. It's not one of the age stated ones. The only Buna I've had, like I ordered at 12, I think. And that was in one of the boxes that Peter, my fiddler, sent me because once or twice a year when I had like 8 or 9 bottles, and that one disappeared en route, and the inside of the box was damp and smelled of whiskey. So I think that one got broken in shipping. A little heartbroken over it because that's an expensive loss, but yeah. um, Carol's here. How are you doing tonight, Carol? Are you keeping warm? I don't remember where Carol lives. So I'm like, you keeping warm? She's like, yeah, dude, I'm in Arizona. She's not, but yeah. Uh, I think they might still be glamping because I know that they were camping, but I think they're still there. Oh my god, I just glitched. Sorry, folks. PC and PS5 aren't crossplay. Anyways, wouldn't be able to babysit you guys even if I still played. Oh, so you're on the PS5? I would love a PS5. I really would. Hey, I caught up. Yeah, I would love a PS5. I massively tried to bring one in and massively got the wifely kibosh. She's like, our PS3 still works. I'm like, yeah, but it's not going to work forever. And I don't think that the next version is going to have a disk drive. And lo and behold, PS5 Pro doesn't have a disk drive. So, like, that was our Blu-ray player as well. So when that thing dies, um, um I guess we'll just buy a Blu-ray player. Zach, this is the most up to date you've been with the chat in years. Yep, I know. Hey, we're down to 17 people. What the hell? Who left? Who's breaking my heart? Oh, interesting. I don't from Signatory. Nice. I've never tried it. I have never tried it. But that is definitely interesting. More tea. I do believe somebody just beeped me on. Let me just hide some of these. Who else got something cool for? Hey, Paul, did you get any good bottles for Christmas? Sorry, if I'm looking away from you guys, it's just because I'm closing down some windows here. Because I feel that I've got too many windows open, and it's really freaking confusing. It's confusing. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. It's confusing trying to sort of figure out what's going on. Yes, Christy is still camping. She's having a whiskey by the fire, judging by the picture. And there's a sundog. Nice. Okay. Yes, sent you a picture of a campfire and a drink. Yeah, I'm seeing that now. Was just on Discord. Yeah, I just saw that, David. Yeah. Um, PS5 Slim does have the disk drive. Just depends on version. Now the RAM prices are up. The prices on consoles can only skyrocket. I think that the PS5 Pro is already way too expensive. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. If I won the lottery tomorrow, I shouldn't have said that because now I can just. I'm in dreamland. If I won the lottery tomorrow, there are a couple of things I would buy, and maybe a PS5 Pro would be on the list. It's just I would prefer the previous, like the PS5, the one with the built-in disk drive. I don't see that I don't think that the improvements justify how much the price jumped. And I'm boring people here, so I'm not gonna get bogged down about it. But man, ping me sometime and we can talk about this like until the wee hours. The Slim is the best option. Let me write that down because I saw the Pro come out and I just sort of out of mind. I'm just not interfacing. So maybe I don't think I knew about the Slim. My back is killing me. I'm sure you guys are pleased as punch to have heard that. Destiny. We were going to do a whiskey tasting, an online whiskey tasting, weren't we? We were all going to buy the same bottles? We did have this plan like weeks and weeks ago, did we not? We just had to make sure that everyone could buy the same bottles. Right? PS5 Slim with drive. Okay, I'll look that up after because I'm pretty sure nobody here wants to watch me looking up PS5s. Jim. Heading home, then straight to bed. I'll lurk while I'm driving, but then I'll have to sign up. Happy New Year's all. All right, that's fine. Thanks for listening in while you can. Um, I absolutely appreciate that you're bushed. I'm also bushed. In fact, I was gonna say I almost didn't do tonight. No, that's not true. But I was like, am I too tired to do this? No, I'm never too tired to do this. Many things I'm too tired to do, but not this. Fitzy, did we? Hold on. First of all, Paul is waiting on an order from Alberta. Lefroy Lore CS, never tasted it. Let me tell you about my thing with Lefroy, but in a minute. Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Heritage. The Jack Daniel's Single is the only Jack I will buy. And some signatories. Oh yeah, I would love to hear about those signatories. I have a signatory back there somewhere, I believe. I don't remember what it is. 50, yes, what happened to the whiskey tasting? But as Paul is asking, okay, did we decide on, we decided on like 2 or 3 bottles, right? I think maybe 2, but did we actually settle on what they were? Because Paul, the whole thing about this was I didn't want it to be something that was cost prohibitive for anyone, right? And like whiskey prices are not really unanimous across the board. So I don't remember which whiskeys we had been discussing, but Destiny probably noted this down. She notes down everything. She's like the unofficial secretary of of the Bevy's Blaze and Bushcraft live stream. She keeps the notes, tracks the quotable quotes. Mark says, speaking of whiskey, tell me about Caribou Crossing. My brother is a new fan. I don't know. I haven't bought it yet. I was afraid that it would just be plonk. I know someone likes it, but I don't know enough about it to tell you. Paul, do you know anything about Caribou Crossing? Zach says the only difference between all the versions is the 2 terabyte SSD and the lack of drive on the Pro, and the inability to stand the console vertically for extended time with other versions. I don't care about standing it vertically. I got some whiskey. Hold on. Susie's asking if I got any knives or liquor. I got some whiskey. I got this one from Paul, who's in the side chat. He also gave me this one from my fiddler. This. My wife bought me some Hinoki bitters from the Japanese bitters company. I did a live stream on my whiskey channel, I think, a few days ago to try that out, and some yuzu syrup, and something else. Something else that completely escapes me right now. But yeah, some cool things. Yeah. Did you get anything cool, Susie? Destiny said, we decided on the drink. I'm a country boy and Christy. We're all in. Can someone ping Christy on the Discord and see if she remembers what whiskeys we had decided on for the whiskey tasting that Jesse forgot about? Paul is gonna send me pics on Instagram of what you bought during the holidays. Okay. Like, is that already showing up, or is that going to show up soon? Boop 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 boop. Bam bam bam. Dribs and drims. Not yet. Okay. Let me know. I'm not buying Fireball. There's no way. I'm not getting Fireball. Well, Paul's never had Caribou Crossing either. Okay. Destiny says, I think there were options of other drinks too. I don't remember what the hell we said though. I don't remember. Okay. I'll wait until the messages come through. Oh, I'm so irritated. I'm pretty irritated. I think one of them might have been that Nika whiskey from the barrel because it's very affordable and fabulous. I need to drink some water. From my very serious water glass. We were gonna do a 2025 roundup. um, for me, like for the channel, the roundup is that I did disappointingly little aside from live streams, right? And this is why I don't want to. For the channel in 2026, I want to X, Y, and Z. I'm like, don't make promises you don't know you can keep, dude. There's no indication that life is going to get any less hectic next year. Your brain will get better. You will get better at doing what you plan to, but let's not make any promises. I guess my plans for the future remain the same as they were last year. I would like to do that Nesmuk Trio video. I'd like to do that 70s camping gear video. Maybe just get a hiking video in again, like I used to do with my kids. Zach says, on Christmas I received a new double-edged razor and a synthetic brush from your family. In your stocking I got surprised with a premium shave soap and 100 pack of dual-edged blades. I have one of those. Some mornings I don't have the spoons to straight shave, or like the attention span, because when you're straight shaving you got to be in the zone. And on mornings when I know I'm not in the zone, I use my double edged. I don't know if mine's an old Gillette or it's a Wilkinson sword, but yeah, like it, because for me, I don't know, Zach, maybe you're the same. But for me, it's not only about appreciating the old ways. It's about the fact that those multi-blade monsters immediately give me red skin, like razor burn, like redneck, but the wrong side. So for me, it has to be a single blade. So one of these DE jobs or a straight razor. Hold on a sec. Cody, just come and get it. I'm not drinking booze yet, so you can come on down. But yeah, so that's a cool gift. I like that, Zach. I like it. I like gifts that show that you live with people who get you or get your interests. I like that. I'm just trying to adjust and get. Oh, hold on. Speaking of people who get your interest, my wife. This is my Christmas pajamas. I know it's whiskey, EY, and I'm not buying American right now, so it's like I don't contain whiskey, but still, it's funny. Zach says it's a combo of razor burn and cost $3 to $5 a cartridge is insanity. Yeah, and the number of plastic cartridges that you throw away after a year of use, I couldn't handle that. There's no freaking way. There ain't no way.
Had a very serious conversation with one.
Yeah. You want to come and say hi?
I mean, if they insist.
Child.
The camera. Hi. Oh, do you like my pants? Oh my god. This fell.
Child. Bye.
I had a very serious conversation with Clem about redecorating our room and completely taking everything that looks like a 7-year-old is in my room off the walls and everything, so I can have my room to myself. And then I'm gonna take her bed and put it out in the hallway. So
Are you guys hearing this?
And then so I can have my own room. And she said, "Yeah, that's fine. Like, I love you so much that I'll go sleep out in the hallway for you and give you your own room and space because like."
I don't know if you guys hear this, but she's slinging a whole load of shite at me right now.
But me and Clem are gonna do some serious redecorating.
Go on.
Tomorrow.
Go on now.
Sorry.
Go on now. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Yes, go and be an artiste.
I already am an artiste. No, my artistic stuff.
Sorry about this. Peeps. Okay.
Fine, I'll be quiet, but I have to come back down.
Okay. Yeah. I don't remember where I was. What was I talking about? What was I talking about? Excuse me. I'm looking for my YouTube page to see if we've got like an ad going or whatnot. No, I think we're okay. David says we need to plan. What'd you drop?
My artistic stuff.
Okay. David says we need to plan a late night knife buying night with Russell plus Wrath of Khan night. I cannot do a knife buying night for at least the first part of this year for sure. But we do need to plan a Wrath of Khan night also for sure. 2151. Okay, this is an 8-year, so I need to open this for 8 minutes. Oh shite. Can you bring me a Glencairn? Oh, can you bring me a Glencairn glass? There's one drawing on the rack upstairs.
What? Oh, those skinny glasses?
Well, they're not skinny. They're little.
Sorry, the ones that I can't say that.
Don't.
Can't say that.
So can you get me a glass?
Unless you give me water in, so I can take my morning pills.
Yes.
And I said I felt like an adult.
Yes. I didn't need to do that with a knife, but it's kind of part of, like, I always use an axe or a knife when I'm doing my reviews on the Tube of Views, so it's just part of the identity now.
Okay, I'm gone. Bye, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Have a good night. Okay.
Destiny says hi.
Oh, hey.
You can come and wave again.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay, bye, Dad. Love you.
Bye. Love you back. Ooh, that is a Cone whiskey. Oh, that is a big dram. Holy schnitzel. I will sip it slowly. Hey, good thing I'm not working tomorrow. All right, so I poured it at 21:52. So at 10, it's now 21:53 actually. But at 10 o'clock exactly, I will have had it in the glass for 8 minutes. A minute in the glass per year in the cask. Zach does love the soap. We received an homage to vintage Old Spice. Smells like what it used to smell like before the 90s when P&G bought Schulten and cheaped out on it for profit. I would love to smell that. Yeah, that was fun. All right. I used a knife. You recognize that, eh? This, by the guys. This is from Mr. Instigator. How long ago was that? Was that a year ago? Was that a year ago? No, don't sniff it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it now. Fitzy says, "Ooh, I was briefly in love with a police officer who smelled of the old version of Old Spice. Should have married an old chub rub his nickname on That's TMI. Well, that's okay. That's okay. Um, yeah, I don't remember what Old Spice used to smell like. No, I do have a memory of what it used to smell like, but I wouldn't be able to describe it. Like I have this scent in my memory, but like I don't like it was like in the 90s I was not using Old Spice, but or maybe I was just using no, someone in my family used to smell of Old Spice, an uncle or my dad or something. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember what it smelled like. But I always want to smell the old version of a scent or taste the old version of a whiskey or a beer or whatever or thing or have the old version of a knife or an axe or a whatever. I always want the old version because I have this potentially illogical assumption that the new version is always a cheapening out or something in that way. Zach says that nutmeg and carnation are the two scent notes that always jump at me in vintage Old Spice. Hmm, okay. Yeah, I'd like to smell that. The vintage soap I'm using, the shaving soap I'm using right now is, I think, just a Wilkinson Sword. Comes in a, no, it's not. What is it? Oof, I don't remember. But it comes in a little tub. I have a boar. I have a boar hair brush, a boar bristle brush. Yeah, I used to have a badger brush. That's a whole new world of soft. But I do not know what happened to it. It was my grandpa's, and I no longer have it. Um, I'm just trying to figure out, like, did we sort of did we discuss at all the 2025? We did a bit of a 2025 wrap up for sure. I reiterate, I'm glad that 25 is ending. I do hope that 26, even with what I said about it all being so arbitrary, I do hope that the next year is going to be better for this channel. It hasn't been bad for this channel. I mean, I'm still growing slowly, and I haven't, and like my watch time hasn't gone down dangerously or anything. Um, but shooting more videos means I've actually gotten to the woods. Do you know what I'm saying? It means I've actually gotten out of the damn city and into, smelling some good air. So like, I hope I'm shooting more videos. There's a two-layer element to that for sure. 21:59. Paul, you got your whiskey ready? Where's Russell tonight? Oh, he's probably preparing for tomorrow night's for his extravaganza. I'm just turning off my cup warmer here. David says Old Spice and soap on the rope, classic Christmas gifts. um, Barrister and Mann is the soap. The only Canadian retailer is top of the chain. Okay. Is Barrister and Mann British by any chance? Dr. Squatch soap smells similarly iconic, especially the pine tar soap. I would love to try that, but here's the thing. um, I have really dry skin, so the only like soap I can use is like that Dove stuff. So I'm afraid of trying the Dr. Squatch and ending up with like just irritated dry skin. Um, because it sounds to me like their scents are, right up my alley for sure. Like pine tar, hello. But I'm afraid to try it because it's an expensive mistake if it doesn't work, right? Yes. Okay. Okay. It's 10:01. So here we go. Let's do a cheers. Paul, thanks for this. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love it. Slanja to everyone. Cheers. Happy New Year. Here's to putting 25 to bed. There is a bourbon-esque scent to that. I'm getting maybe a touch of a peanut. Um, but also kind of a caramel, butterscotch, brown sugar. Um, Toasted brown sugar, like on the top of a creme brulee or something. That's more of a maybe that's more of a turbinado or a raw sugar, but yeah, but no brown sugar, like a cassonade. I'm looking for. There's a bit of oak spice, um, something dark, something like a something plummy. Oh, that's gonna be from the sherry notes, right? So that's gonna be European oak. All right, I'm going in. That's very bourbony. That's astringent right across the tip of the tongue, like dry, thicker, sort of a syrupiness in the middle of the tongue, and the edges definitely spicy oak, plummy or cherry, but not a fresh cherry, like that stuff in a brioche, that cherry filling stuff, I guess. Um, but yeah, still a big sugar, definitely like a baked goods kind of thing. Peanuts, and the finish is not short. It drifts off into just leaving sort of a butterscotchy, caramelly note. Yeah, plummy. That sherry. I'm guessing it's an Oloroso. Do you know, Paul, if it's a Jimenez or an Oloroso? Does it say on the bottle? I'm afraid to look because I did see that there were tasting notes. Yeah, that cherry cask is definitely present. David says, Pat, I'm guessing soap every Christmas. I think she's trying to tell me something. Maybe. Maybe. And top of the chain chips out of Montreal. That's good to know. Yes, it is Oloroso. Absolutely. Okay. Yep. On the second sip, as I'm breathing, with it just sort of sitting on my tongue because I swallowed, I'm getting a very light espresso note back there, which is weird because I usually get that in scotches rather than bourbon style whiskeys. Hold on. Clem is asking for time on Pinterest. You're welcome. Yep. Yeah. It's not only corn though, right? Is it 100% corn? Does it say? His finger licking melt in your mouth whiskey from Canada. Like this is probably always the same on the back here. Like is there barley in here as well? Leave you with fruity pastry, maple syrup. Is that what I was maybe picking up? Like I was trying to figure out between a burnt brown sugar and a creme brulee kind of thing. Ginger and brown sugar, okay, and sherried oak. I don't know. Is it 100% corn whiskey? It's got the sweetness for sure. Chris, stinky butt, David. I like it. I like it. Destiny says, Happy New Year, everyone. Deeply grateful for all your most entertaining, often most hilarious, and unique personalities. You always make my Friday. Chin chin lovelies. Apparently, Tuesday is Friday for Destiny, which sounds like a great way to a great way to end your week. I think Destiny's also at Russell's Books Fest all the time. Hey, look who here's. Hike with Mike in the house. How's the weather down there, Mr. Mike? Up here it's cold as shift. Yeah. Yeah, it is a maple syrup thing. Okay. Like now that I have read that, it's sort of that brown sugar thing I was struggling to really nail down. That makes sense to me. Mm. But yeah. Um Destiny, I meant Tuesday. Gotta stop the chin chin. What are you drinking tonight, Destiny, by the way? Peanut says Russell went live on Tuesday during your live. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, now I gotta check. I gotta be like, Russell, what the funk are you doing? This is my night. I think he's going on. I think Destiny said he's going on tomorrow night at 10 p.m. I think that's because he's doing his 24-hour New Year's thing. Yeah, he's scheduled for tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Yeah. Yes. But no, Russell wouldn't do that to me, and I wouldn't do it to him. In fact, twice now, because he doesn't always books anymore, twice now I've been about to, I was about to do a cocktail live, and then I saw a note that there was a Books Fest. I was like, oh, I guess I'll just watch that instead. Wicked cold front hitting Florida. Freeze warning in the 30s Fahrenheit. So what? Freezing is 32. Where I live, 32 is hot. Where you live, 32 is cold. The orange groves can freeze. So that would absolutely affect the harvest, I imagine. I mean, when the grapes freeze, you end up with ice wine, but I don't know if you can do the same thing with the oranges. Mm-hmm. Okay, I got to slow down on that and appreciate it a little more. So good. Um, Do I have something to show you guys? No, because I forgot to bring it. Never mind. Never mind. I got some books, by the way, for Christmas from my mom. The little book of Huga. Huga is the Danish practice of just being cozy with a friend, and usually a coffee and maybe a croissant or something. The service berry. Abundance and reciprocity in the natural world. The service berry is also known as the Saskatoon berry. And 101 Things I Learned in Architecture School. If you can't, hold on. If you can't explain your ideas to your grandmother in terms that she understands, you don't know your subject well enough. That's true in many, many things, not just architecture. Um, it's 30 at the campsite, which is -1 for you, but the fire is hot. Wow. I guess because you guys all seem like Southern to me, that it doesn't occur to me that it can get sub-zero down there. Well, sub-zero in a Canadian context, I'm imagining is not as cold as sub-zero in Fahrenheit. But Merlot too many. um, apparently it is 100% corn. From you're on their website right now. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I've never had 100% corn whiskey before now, so I wasn't sure what to expect. But it's delish. Uh, Everything, like, I don't, it seems like every bourbony thing I try always has a little barley or a little rye in it. So I wasn't sure. But it's terrific. Definitely, corn whiskey is definitely sweeter than um, single malts and stuff. I've almost finished that bottle of Tabor Corn 101 I have upstairs, and it's reminiscent of that in some ways. A hike. I also wish I was at a campsite. Um, Peanut Trucker says January and February is the cold month. It's unusual for us to be this cold this early in North Florida, though. Yeah, it's cold as hell here too. Russell would never go live on a Tuesday. No, I know that. I know that. Where is he though? Oh, I've already sort of said I imagine he's preparing for tomorrow night. What? Sorry, my mind is. I have a mind like a steel sieve. It's awful. It's just awful. Duolingo is telling me you make sure you do your duo tonight. You ain't got no streak freezes left. I'm like, okay, I will make sure. Don't hurt me. I mean, what? We're only on here for another 45 minutes. I've got time. I've got time. What do you guys want to do in 2026? I'm not asking about resolutions. I've already told you guys I think they're absolute shite. But I don't know. Do you guys have any hopes? Do you guys have any plans? Camping, bushcraft, knife buying, David, or otherwise? What do you guys want to do? Whiskey? I always have a whiskey plan, but I used to do videos on both channels that I no longer do for reasons. On this channel, remember you guys, the OGs will remember that I used to do a gift guide every year at the beginning of December, like my affordable gift guide. Right, it was like gifts up to $100 US, gifts up to $100 um, Canadian, and then I would like have a splurge or whatever. And I stopped doing it. I think it might have been during the plague years. I'm not sure, because it felt we were at a time when people were losing jobs, people were losing um, liquidity, and it felt crass to do a gift guide, especially because each of those gift guides, those of you who go back, you'll see everything in them is something I would love to have, you know. And so it felt wrong to be doing it, and I've never gone back to doing it. It's a lot of work, and it was never a big hit in terms of views. I think there are just too many gift guides out there at the same time. On my whiskey channel, um, in January, I used to do, my whiskey collection at the end of 25, at the end of 24, at the beginning of 23, whatever it was. And those I don't do anymore for two reasons. A, like when I counted up 88 bottles, I was just embarrassed about it. I was like, this is awful. This is embarrassing. But it's so much work. And again, the video ends up being an hour and the viewership just isn't there. So I don't do either of those anymore. And I don't even know why I'm saying this. Oh, because I was saying, what do you guys want to do in 2026? I would like to come up with something for each channel that I will do this year or by the end of the year. Some kind of a roundup, maybe. I don't know what, but something to mark where the channel is on this date versus where the channel was on this date minus 365 days. I don't know what it will be yet. I don't like the gift guide was just a way that I marked the holiday season on this channel. The my collection at the change of sorry guys, my collection on December 31st is just a way a lot of whiskey channels mark the same transition. It has to be something that isn't going to take me a week to put together anymore though. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Um, Let me just scroll back. Uh, Peanut Trucker wants to camp more in 2026. I feel that massively. Mr. Mike says it's freezing in West Central Florida. Um, oh, Peanut Trucker says, but I got 2 decks to build next year. I have had a deck to build in my backyard for several years now, and it's the getting started that stops me. Oh, Paul's gonna pour a wee sample of the Scotch bonnet that I gave him. Oh, I wish I'd known you were gonna be here. I would have run and gotten the rest of my bottle too. I'm warning you, man. Oh, put it in a glass and let it sit for a few minutes, because it's friendly. He said facetiously. Give yourself plenty of time with it. Robert Sprite, hello from Toronto. Happy holidays. How are things in Toronto tonight? Is it as cold there as it is here? I think it probably is. You guys are close enough that you're probably as cold. I mean, right now it's minus 14, but because it's so windy, like the feels like right now is minus 24. Um, and I'm not loving it. So how's it over there in Toronto? And did you get any cool stuff for Christmas, Robert? Or any any plans for 26? Anything you wanna share? David's goal is to sell their place in Florida in 2026. That is a very Canadian thing to do right now. In fact, in certain areas of Florida, snowbirds selling their places have affected the prices. So I hope that hasn't happened where you are, because then you will not be able to sell for as much as you might want to. Buy a place in like Sayulita in Mexico, maybe. Oh, that's so good, Paul. That is so good. Both of these bottles you gave me for Christmas are very bloody good. And I really want to hear what you think of that Scotch bonnet whiskey. 2220. I'm waiting to hear from Paul about what he thinks about that whiskey. He's like, oh my God. It has toned down since I first opened that bottle, though. When I first opened that bottle. So I have this tiny, it was a 100 ml bottle from the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society of a 27-year Leipzig, I think it was. Um, yeah. But they had put 2 kilos of Scotch bonnet peppers into the cask, which tells me that okay, it's almost 30 years old, but it ain't good enough to bottle on its own, right? So let's experiment with it. You would be shocked at how fiery 2 kilos of Scotch bonnet in an entire barrel of whiskey makes the drink. When I first opened it, it nearly knocked my socks off. As it's been open for a little while longer, thank the gods that's what I passed Paul, because that first night it was like, no, can't do it. And I like me some I like some fire, but it was burnt a hole in your tongue. It did in fact burn a hole in the tongue. It didn't really. That's not. It didn't literally. It figuratively. So, context-wise, this corn whiskey seems almost like a dessert whiskey to me, like an after-supper whiskey. Hey, Shawnee here's. How's you doing, Shawnee? Are you freezing tonight, like those of us up here in Canada are? Destin's like, hi, Shawnee. I love it how Shawnee doesn't even. She's not like, hi, everyone. She pops in and immediately like answers somebody. It's like an Irish hello rather than an Irish goodbye. Shawnee says it warmed up a bit. It's above freezing. Nice. Okay. Sure as hell ain't above freezing here. As I was selling. As I was. So that was going to be saying, and then it was going to be telling. Um, we're at minus 14 Celsius, minus 14 Canadian up here, but with the wind chill, it feels like it's minus 24, and that made me a little grumpy when I went outside to put some salt down earlier tonight. I was like, you know what? I would like to just go back inside right now. And so I did. So I did. And it's weird because I'm not usually I'm not usually like a wuss about it being cold. I'm a wuss about it being hot and sweaty because Montreal gets really, really humid. So this is the original city for. It's not the heat; it's the humidity. And I hate that. I hate sticking to the bed sheets, kind of thing. Um, and I also hate how if you're downtown and it's like plus 30 and it's sweaty as shite, and you walk into a mall or a store and they got the AC cranked too high, and so you go from way too hot to immediately freezing because you're wet because you've been sweating in your clothes. It's like blech. The wind was bad Sunday. Okay, good to know. I saw what your next Yeah, Destiny's like, we need the notes from the drink to Paul if he's still alive. It's toned down a lot since I first opened it, for sure. Um, Mike says it's going to be below 30 Fahrenheit tonight in Florida. It's weird to me that Florida gets below freezing. Paul says it's peppery and it's got some kick to it. As it tones down, though, you might pick up some sort of something bready, something almost pastry like on the bottom of it. And of course, the usual leche, tire fire for sure. I don't dislike it. I think it's very good, but it's a funny drink. Yeah, it's hilarious. I think it's a humorous um, experiment. It's funny for sure, for sure. And like, I why did they choose Scotch bonnets? Right, unless they were absolutely like, let's make okay. An ancient barrel here. It's not good enough for us to bottle on its own. What should we do with it? Hey, I got a funny idea, guys. It's Scotch, right? Like they didn't even do like the jalapenos or something. They just went straight for the jugular. You got to kind of respect that. And they never sold a full size bottle of it, if I'm correct. I mean, if I remember correctly, they just made those 100 ml bottles, which were the center of a whiskey advent calendar. Um, but yeah, but underneath the fire, there's like a pastry yeah, the maltiness, Um, Paul said it smells like I just cut some Scotch bonnets. Hopefully with some nitrile gloves on there, buddy. Oh yeah, Hike with Mike is a high humidity and high temperature guy. Some people like it. When I was directing Black Box Theater, we had an actor once, an older gentleman, perfect for the role. I cast him in. He liked to go out running when it was 30 degrees and sticky out. He loved it. I was like, really? Because not me. I'm much, much better in the cold. But I'm happiest around 15 degrees, 15 to 23. Uh, I can go down to like 12 to 23 for sure. I was about to reach for the spice tree because I think I really need to bottle that down. But because Paul's here and this was a gift from him, and I did enjoy it so muchly. Cheers, Paul. Oops, hold on. There, I wanted to get the ding. Uh, Brady and vegetal. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Um, can some? Whoops. Oh, come on, fool. Can someone simplify why the humidity drives the cold or heat into the body so fiercely? I don't know. I don't know, but it feels like the cold draws blood when it's also humid as hell. Johnny got scared by a by an ad break. I didn't even see the ad break. I didn't even see the ad break. Mm. Yeah, this is. I'm wearing green. Yes, yes. Oh, I guess I gotta show off my. This is my PJ, my Christmas PJ shirt from the Madame. So, I mean, little active genius from the Madame there. For me, this is Pete season. Pete season. Pete season. See what I did there? Cold part of the year is when I want a peated scotch or something smoky. You know, campfire smells, peat fire smells, barbecue smells. Whereas in the lighter part of the year, the warmer part, I'm more into less peated flavors. But this is the perfect. This Scarabus is the perfect for tonight. Yeah, you like that, eh? Yeah, me too. Um, Susie, you would have loved living up in the back hills making whiskey from your own stills. I would, man. Let me tell you, if I won 30 million bucks, it's the second time I've mentioned that tonight. I would have a still. I would have a little hobby still. Not I don't want to sell bottles, but I would do a couple of barrels. You know, put something away like a single malt for 10 years, maybe a rye, put it away for 10 years, and then make some gin and some like some other whiskeys that I'll pop open at like 3 years kind of thing. Paul says I could have used some of this earlier today. My work heater decided to break down. Your work heater. Oh, your truck heater decided to break down. That sucks. That's no fun on a day like this. Yikes. Wha how do you fix that? I mean, like, how expensive is that kind of repair job? Can't wait till spring. My two favorite seasons are the shoulder seasons. Fall is by far my favorite season, but I quite like winter. Um, I I don't think summer is one of my favorites, just purely because it gets too hot around here, and then after like the beginning of May, suddenly you end up with like black flies and mosquitoes and stuff when you're out in the woods. But you get into September, especially that transition between September and October when the forest is pure ass gold, man. The bugs are gone. There's still like you know, um, there's still greenery on the ground, just cool enough that a campfire doesn't sweat you out. The air's a little crisp. If you're lucky enough to be in a forest of whatever they tremble are, like poplars, but not quite. I think they're related. The ones that go, white trunks, yellow leaves in that part of fall. Um, yeah. David says it's minus 13 degrees Canadian at the lake, 12 degrees Canadian in St. Petersburg, Florida. Isla for the winter is my style. Heavy peat and sea breezes. Yep, me too, mister. Me too. Paul, stuck with this truck until you can get it fixed. I hope you can get that fixed soon because if we're going to have a winter much like it is today, You need to be warm. You need to be warm. Like with Mike says, unto David the Instigator, I grew up in Pinellas County. Pinellas? 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 Mm. Paul says, the more this is opening up, the more peppery it is, but I'm really enjoying it. Thanks for this sample. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Because I didn't give it to you expecting to like it wasn't supposed to be like a joke or anything. I thought you might find it very interesting because you have some very mature tastes, right? Like you've got a very nice gamut of flavors represented on your Instagram page. Um, I would share your Instagram page here, but I don't want to look away from my screen to do so. Um, does anyone here have Paul's Instagram page? I mean, I'm looking at my phone now anyway, but because I just remembered that you sent me some pictures. Okay, some bottles that you've received since we met. Wow. Okay. So, oh, this isn't your real name on here anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. Except that I just. There's a Benromic 2014. Craig Ellicky 2014 by Signatory. Signatory is an independent bottler, though I believe they own I don't remember who. Oh, that's a Sons of Vancouver. Those are two Sons of Vancouver, I think. Ooey gooey sticky cinnamon bun and something else. Wheated rye whiskey. I have yet to try anything by Sons of Vancouver, but I am looking forward to it. And then a couple of last straws and a Macaloni's? No, that is that an independent bottler? I've only ever had two last straws. One was the whiskey in the six. Um, what's that one in the middle? Is that an IB? That looks like some very nice gifts. Paul says, "You know who I work for. There won't be any rush." Yeah, I get it. I get it. The less we say in public, the better. Um, David likes Pinellas County, especially on Dunedin. I with Mike knows Dunedin well. Yep, there it is. He went to Dunedin High School. Yes, they own Edgedour. That's the one. So I had the Edgedour 10, the Distillers Edition or Distillery Edition, and I didn't like it. I gotta tell you, it was tough for me to finish that bottle. But I have the is it Caledonia, the one with the Scottish flag, the one that was sort of done in conjunction with Dougie MacLean. Is it called the Caledonia? I'm looking forward to opening that. I've had it for like 5 years now, and I still haven't opened it. So I should probably open it. But I'm trying to bottle a few things down before I open anything else. Granted, I just did open one tonight, um, but yeah, I did not enjoy the 10 distillery edition. Although I believe that has upped in percentage this year. Okay, so Whiskey for Us is a Canadian IB. I don't even know about these guys. I've got a freaking whiskey channel. I don't even know about these guys. Is that their website, whiskeyforus.com or something? I'll check them out. Caledonia 12. It's the Caledonia 12, yeah. So I'm gonna have to open that up pretty soon because it's because whiskey, folks, is not like wine. It doesn't keep aging in the bottle. It hibernates once you bottle it. It ages in the cask and then it hibernates until you open it. And then, though there is some, not everyone believes this. I subscribe to this philosophy. Once you open it, it wakes up again, and it doesn't age more, but it starts to oxidize a bit, so that in my experience, the the neck pour when you first crack the bottle, you know what it's like, but it's a tighter version of it. It's like, ugh. And then once it's been open for a little while, it just sort of slowly opens up and flowers a little bit and becomes a little gentler, a little more rounded. But it doesn't age anymore in the bottle. So the fact that I've had that Edward back there for 5 years, 4. How long have I had my whiskey channel? Does not matter. The fact that it's sitting there doesn't mean it's getting any better. It's just sitting there, you know? Whiskey for Us or Last Straw, they happen to be working. Okay, so they're both based in Toronto or around. Mm. I don't remember what the ABV on the Caledonia is. Yeah, I'm totally blanking on it. Yeah, Toronto. And I knew that Last Straw was in or around Toronto. When they did that bottle with Whiskey in the Six. Um, that was the first I'd ever really heard of them. Um, but yeah, so I'm sub to them on Instagram. And that whiskey they did with for Whiskey in the Six is quite good. I have some samples here. This is why. Okay, I gotta say this is embarrassing, folks. Paul was like, "I got something for you. Let's meet for lunch." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got some things for you too." And so I proudly give him these little sample bottles. He gives me 2 bottles of whiskey, and I'm like, "This is not what I was expecting." Though I'm very bloody grateful. I was like, ah. Um. Anyways, I got some sample. Okay, this is a tie. Oh yeah, my wife gave me this tie. My favorite animal, the orca. My favorite art style, the Haida, Northwest Coast. The artist's name is Daryl Amos. It's a woven tie. Look at that. I never wear ties, but I'm gonna. I mean, for my work Christmas party, I wear a tie. For funerals, I wear a tie. For weddings, I wear a tie. For like really big things, I wear a tie. But like, I don't have to wear a tie to work. So I'm looking for an excuse, not a funeral, to wear this. I'm gonna look epic at the next Christmas party. I think I have. Okay, this is a Glenrothes cask, batch 3. Dystopian Cyberman Lube. That's a Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. Hold on. Fluky Icelandic single malt, 3 year, 47%. That's an Icelandic single malt. I've tried that, and it's Kamiki blend. Nope. I'm sure I've got. There's a Tamdhu batch strength. Oh, it's starting to evaporate. I'm gonna have that. 19. Here's a Glenlivet from the 1970s. I want to taste that next to my Glenlivet 12. There's a Booker's. That's a rum. I was sure there we go. Last Straw Straight Rye, Ontario Cask Strength, 65.8%. So I'm gonna try that soon because these are probably starting to evaporate on me as well. Mr. Pineapple and Mrs. Coconut. Oh, that was so freaking good. That's a Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. It was juicy. I tried it at my fiddler's place, at Peter's place out in Calgary, and he sent me home with a sample. 46%. Yeah, that's the Caledonia, right? You're gonna have a bunch of samples to give me next time we meet. Okay. I'll try to get some more samples together too, for sure. I mean, look, I enjoy my whiskey more when I know that someone else is tasting it somewhere. I like the sharing element of whiskey, which is why I don't like where the prices are going, because it starts to feel a little like people want to hoard the stuff. And it's like, oh, this bottle cost me $300, but the fact is, the experience only comes alive for me when I'm either sharing it like this live with someone, pouring a Sitra dram, or passing some wee drams around, you know? Yeah, Paul, I agree. Maybe we should move on, because I mean, we're the only two chatting right now. We've probably put everyone else to sleep. We'll chat. We'll chat offline on another day. Um, oh, here's something that I wanted to show you guys, but I forgot to bring it, and it was bushcraft related. Oh well. When we go to the woods for a couple of days, um, Paul says I have some bottles that have tripled since I bought them. Yeah, and I think the bubble's going to burst, which I think is a good thing. I'm look, I'm not hoping that some poor sod is going to be left holding the bag on like a wall full of um, Blantons, but I do think that this bubble has to burst for sure. Do you guys remember the OGs? Remember when I gave Camille um, a Wetterling's large full size forest axe when she was younger? Um, Around the same time as I made that bushcraft knife for her, or handled that bushcraft knife for her. Um, I think I'm gonna bring it when we go to the woods, and I'll say use it for the first time. It was, remember, I ordered a handle and ended up with a whole axe from Bushcraft Canada back in, oh god, how long ago was that? She was a young girl, man. Like she was about, yeah, oops, you guys can't see. She was about this tall, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna say, swing thine axe. The last time we were at that cabin, I did some knife and axe skills training with her. Taught her about the circle of blood, triangle of death, stuff like that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to watching her start a fire again, because it feels like it's been forever. It feels like it's been forever since we've done that. It feels like it's been years, because it has been. Yeah, this is peat season for sure. We're only around for another 12 minutes, so um, I think maybe I'll win the lottery in 26. I think I'm ready. I wasn't ready. I think, you know what? Let's do it. I have so many things. If I was financially independent, there are so many things I would do. I'm gonna pour this Tamdu cast strength, because when I got it, it was there, and so it might already be ruined. So I want to see if it's good, or if it's just done. Like, you're not gonna poison yourself with whiskey that's gone, but you're not gonna enjoy it as much, because it'll be dead. Still smells all right. How much is the ABV on this? 59.8. Maybe it's not going to be that anymore if it's been evaporating like that. But Paul, do you remember if Tamdu is chill filtered and caramel colored or not? I seem to think that they're not a full. What does Ralphie call it? An integrity bottling, but I'm not sure. Oh, there's an espresso note on that for sure. Yeah. Um, I think maybe we put everyone to sleep, Paul. Nobody's chatting. Everybody, sound off. 1, 2, a little bit louder. 3, 4. Sorry, I just had a bit of a flashback to basic training. I think sometimes about like my old episodes. The year that YouTube brought in their new rules, you had to have 4,000 hours of watch time. You had to have 1,000 subs. You had to have like the year that they brought all that in. They brought all that in a month after I had decided I'm gonna rock this show, right? I bought this camera. Maybe it was the 80D, but I bought a much better camera than I was using, and I started paying for music. And because I was at 3,800 watch hours, YouTube pulled my monetization from me. That's when I started um like blocking ads whenever I was watching stuff, and that's when some of my friends just put my into I have a playlist that's the whole enchilada, and that's when some of my heroes just started that playlist at episode 1 and let it go the whole damn day kind of thing. But aside from me being angry at YouTube, and I've never stopped being angry, not about that, not so much. It was like the first sign that YouTube was it was inchitifying itself. And it is. Like, there's no money left. And there's all kinds of weird crap going on. But I kind of feel that around that time is when my videos got better. Like I started putting more work in. I started filming better, editing better. I worked on my on-screen presence a lot more. If you look at my first video, that's an awkward dude sitting there, man. It's a cute video in some ways, but so when someone says, "Hey, I want to see your stuff, man," I say, "Okay, here's my channel, but don't go before whatever that date was." And like I'm sitting here at the end of a year where I think I put up one video. Now, part of that is I burnt the fuck right out on YouTube, right? 2 years ago now, something like that. Like when my production just sort of dropped off is because I was burnt all the way out. And people with ADHD burn out in a visceral way. Okay, so I could not handle the pain of putting a video together. But I had to put one together because I was given something that I had to shoot a video about. Right, the camera. Um, I'm sort of coming back from that a little bit. I've changed the way I shoot my whiskey videos, and I'm looking for forest time to reconnect with what made me start this channel in the first place. And I started this channel when Camille was 2 years old, and she's 14 now. I momentarily second guessed myself because her sister's birthday was 2 days ago. So like, whoop, glitch. But yeah, it's Clem who's now 7. Yeah, but yeah, Camille's 14 now. And so this year I really want to reconnect with that. I want to hit the woods once or twice. I'm not even going to dream to say I shall camp for a week. I'm not making any promises, but I would like to smell trees and have a camera in my hand or my phone. My phone shoots terrific videos, like to the point where I don't. This thing never comes off of that stand anymore. There, you know, it just doesn't. I don't need it. But yeah, I want to reconnect with that and see where I can go in a small baby steps kind of way for this year. I think. Um, Hold on a second. Hold on. No added color or chill filtration other than the 12. Okay, that's why I was questioning it. Zach says 1, 2. Not sure what that means. Oh, you put a drop of bunna in the Scotch bonnet. That is interesting. Now you got a little blend going. Oh, Zach is out. All right. See you later, Mister. And I guess I won't see you on in Fallout 76. But yeah, good night. Nice to have you around. And of course, Happy New Year. I hope 2026 is amazing to you, Mister. Hey, Jim is here again. Audi again, popping in. Haven't got much in. Haven't got much in of this tonight. Um, Destiny says Paul. Destiny says that our drink chat was interesting. Did anyone find out what the whiskeys were that we're supposed to be doing in that tasting? Because now that Paul knows about this channel and is hanging out with us, that tasting could be very bloody interesting. That could be really cool. Jim says, "What's the chat night whiskey?" It wasn't supposed to be. Here's what we're doing. It's a bit of a 2025 roundup, sort of saying, "Sayonara, you asshole of a year." Thinking about, musing about what we would like to do in 2026, not in a structured, this is my resolution kind of way, but just what do you want to do? And because Paul gave me some fabulous whiskeys for Christmas, we drank one of them together, and we're having whiskeys and talking about it a little bit because I enjoy whiskey. Paul enjoys whiskey. Some of the people here enjoy whiskey. For the past half hour or so, yeah, it's been mostly whiskey though. Jim is drinking cheap wine. Is it like boxed wine? Um, but yeah, Destiny, did you find out what we're what's the date of next Tuesday? I'm looking for my calendar app. So tonight we're the 30th, right? So next Tuesday is the 6th. Okay. Okay. So that's fine. So yes, we are gonna have this live stream on the 6th of January. Okay, that's good. Yeah, because I'm thinking about maybe next Tuesday we should have that discussion, Destiny. I think Christy will probably be back, and we'll sort of nail that down, decide what we can have, um, in terms of what's expensive, like what everyone can afford, what everyone can find, and yes, okay, yes, and we're 1 minute to closing, so I may as well say, cheers to everyone. I hope everyone has a terrific New Year's Eve. Hold on. Suddenly everyone's talking. Um, we're gonna slow down the goodbye because Jim says I wanted to do a cool video spending the night on my son's cabin, but he has to pull out the wood stove. He pulled out the wood stove. Ruined your plan. Oh, that sucks. All right, as Paul says, um, Happy New Year. I hope 2026 treats us all much better than 25 did. Personally, health wise, politically, coming from a Canadian, and wishing for the best for my American friends for sure. And I hope everyone has a great New Year's Eve. So between now and next Tuesday, everybody please stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, and be kind to one another. Good night, everyone.